So shortly after the Grey Rockin' came the confession. The paragraphs that I mentioned in my last video that he was writing was ultimately what he sent me kind of in his last ditch effort to eventually get me back. My best friend told me to screenshot that. She said, and send it to me. And she said, save it because he's going to want you back. And I want you to read this and remember what he's telling you. And I didn't even really register it, and I was just like, no, he doesn't want me back. I was pretty sure at that point, because we were still pretty, he was still very hostile towards me up until this confession. And my best friend, when he had come over, he had postured her and tried to, and stood over and intimidated her while I was, sleeping. And when he was collecting his belongings, he ended up taking the car and going and draining our bank accounts and leaving me to have to figure out, the mortgage and all that stuff. And it was just, he was unrecognizable to me. And I, was angry myself because that whole argument, I was just searching for something that showed he regretted it and that he wasn't going to do it again. And he couldn't give me that. He just circled it around onto me being the problem.
The narcissist is very preoccupied with protecting the self, avoiding accountability, upholding their image in their mind that they're perfect and they haven't actually done anything wrong. Why they shirk, blame shift, gaslight, deny, word salad, throw things back on you, and generally dance around the topic.
I remember wanting him to apologize, to do everything that he would eventually do later. I couldn't be with him without that. I know most people will say that narcissists don't confess or say sorry, or, my narcissist didn't do that, but it's actually pretty common for them to do as a last ditch effort, or when they're discovered, when they, they're found out, they'll own up to it and say sorry, or they'll just basically say or do whatever it is that they need to in order to get you back. And in this instance, he knew what I needed, and I needed him to take accountability. I needed him to, feel bad for what he did to me, so that he wouldn't do it again. In my mind, if I got that, I would have probably worked on it. That was always my nature, was to give people a chance. And that was a part of marriage and working on it. And I always stood on that, if he was willing to try and fix it, and that we had to go to counseling and stuff, that we would always do that before splitting. But without that part, I was willing to walk away without the counseling or anything. So I think he knew this time was different.
Let's talk about the anatomy of a narcissistic non-apology. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry if that hurt you. Well, I only did this because you did that. We've both done things wrong. It takes two to tango. That wasn't my intention. I'm sorry for everything. I'm not going to apologize because it wasn't my intention to hurt you. A narcissist's first priority is protecting the self and avoiding accountability. Almost every apology that you get from a narcissist is one of these types of faux apology.
You'll see that the confession is a very backwards confession. But I always had a confidence that you would never leave me, no matter what I did. But I never wanted to abuse it any more than I had to. So knowing if I ever have to push the boundaries any more than I had, that I'm confident enough that she will never leave me. That's why I'm so hurt. So to answer the question that ended this marriage, I don't know if it would ever happen again, because I feel confident enough to do it, so I may not. Just depends how we are doing at that moment and if I feel confident enough. And I feel like you had a huge hand in building this confidence I had. It's not excusable to use it. It was never to hurt you, because I love you. And this whole thing is not to attack you. This is honestly just to help me move on also. I know I fucked up years ago, and I will always pay for it, and I will hurt for life. But I did because I never thought I would lose you. I am sorry I did that to you. But I didn't know I was doing anything wrong enough that you would evict me from my family. I'm truly sorry, Claudia. I never thought I would hurt you this much, and I'm sorry. And this isn't to get you back, because I know you made your decision and I will live with it. And I accepted that, and I'm ready to tell you because it don't benefit me no more. So that's my peace offering, is my final thing. I never told you. And I don't need your forgiveness either. I just wish you the best. What that is he's being showing his transparency. This doesn't benefit me anymore. So basically saying, like, this is everything. I remember him saying, like, I have no secrets left from you. This is like clean slate. It was the way he used to convince me later that he was going to work on it. And the only way to do that is to take accountability for it. The question that ended the marriage was, he couldn't tell me that he wasn't going to do it again. And that was basically, this was what laid the foundation for him to be able to love bomb me later.